Guys, deluded, I'm back again. The World Cup's a matter of weeks away. Still a long time. We're so close, but yet so far. And I know I've been slacking in this regard, and I promise I'll get some other videos run on this sort of topic. But let's actually review the groups of the World Cup at the very least, man. Now, I'm not going to sit here and predict what's going to happen, because very much so what we all think is going to happen doesn't happen. But yeah, man, I must admit, there's some good little groups in there, and I must admit, there's obviously there's going to be a lot of a diversity. It's four corners of the world competing for one trophy, but a lot of the groups typify different cultures, different ways of playing, and all them sort of things there. So let's have a quick browse of the groups and what to expect. Bring up the little iPad, quick thing. But yeah, BBC, I went on BBC, they were the first link. So the group stage, Group A, let's speak about Group A. I don't know, can you lot see this? Not too well. Forget about that, but one more time. Group A, look, you man can see a couple of them in it. So yeah, not the best, but yeah, Group A, Russia, obviously they've already qualified. I believe that's Saudi Arabia. I could be wrong on that regard. Uruguay's there in Egypt. Now, Russia, I mean, I don't expect them to get out the group, because I must admit they have been a bit woeful, but they've got some good little players. They're going to have the nation behind them. Literally, the landmass of Russia is massive, so you never know what support can do. So that's a pretty open group, to be fair. Egypt, you got Mo Salah, you got our boy Onene, so hopefully they go as far as they can. I don't know if Stokes, Ramadan Sobhi has been called up as well, but I do believe he's a good little player, and if he is there, if he has been called up and he does play, he might say something, man. I definitely don't think he should be playing Championship football next season. And obviously, you got the likes of Suarez and Co. Of Uruguay. That's going to be an interesting one. So if I had to predict who goes through in Group A, it'd probably be the last two nations. I believe Mo Salah is going to have the weight of the nation on him, and he's going to be riding for them. I must admit, I just remembered he dislocated his shoulder or something, I believe, in the Champions League final, so his fitness might not be 100% there. Obviously, I don't know the Egyptian players, but there's going to definitely be... It's definitely more than just Mo Salah. They didn't get to the world. Obviously, Mo Salah scored the goal that clinched it, but he didn't do it alone. There was defenders, there was keepers, so there's bound to be some talent there, and I'm keen to see how they go. Uruguay is Uruguay, so I don't want to... You know they'll do anything to win. They'll foul up the place. You got Suarez. You know what they're on. Saudi Arabia, who knows what they're going to throw. Russia, I'm keen to see the likes of Golovkin, etc. under the microscope. Group A is very open. I'd probably, at this moment in time, just go with the two big nations in Egypt and Uruguay from a footballing point of view. So I go with them, Egypt and Uruguay in Group A. B is decent, man. I must admit, you got Iran, you got Morocco, you got Spain, you got Portugal. I'm looking forward to that group, man. Not even just Portugal and Spain. Morocco, the likes of Amin Harit, who's plays for Schalke now, who I wanted at Arsenal, is decent. Iran got a couple players. There's a player that plays for Ruben Kazan in that Iran squad, and Arsenal scouted him a few years ago. I cannot remember his name, but he's okay. So I'm keen to see this one as well. One spare a thought for Munir, man. The once Barcelona, I don't know if they've sold him permanently or what, or going to, but once earmarked as a top prospect as early as 2015. He got his cap for Spain. He tried to go and play for Morocco. They said no. And it serves him right, to be fair, because if his career and the trajectory was as straightforward as people predicted, and he was he was a Barcelona regular and stuff, he wouldn't. He might, and I might be wrong, but I doubt he would have even entertained Morocco's call, because he didn't. He went and played for Spain, and now because he can't get in the Spain squad and it looks a myth, he wants to go to Morocco and play for Morocco. So yeah. So you got Iran, you got Spain. I mean, Spain people. I mean, they might not be as good as they were when Pep Guardiola was in charge of Barca and stuff, but it's still Spain. Like if you look on the basis that they won, the Spanish players basically won the Europa League and the Champions League. Obviously, there's other nations, but you've got to respect them. And it's Spain at the end of the day. Portugal, they've got Cristiano Ronaldo. They won the European Championships. You have to respect them. Portugal versus Spain, the actual match is going to be interesting. But I'm also keen to see how Morocco do, man. You got the Spanish tiki-taka sort of playing. You got the Portuguese way of playing. They got a number of good young players. Spare a thought for Ronnie Lopez, who didn't make it, but Gudez is there. Good little bunch of players. Iran probably, if I'm honest, they probably expected to probably finish bottom out of these guys. But with that aspect, them and Morocco got nothing to lose, to be fair. So that's a good little group in my opinion. Group C throws up France, Australia, Peru, and Denmark. Now Bentner might be there. I did see before I made this video, or making this video, Bentner's actually got injured and he might miss the World Cup. So that would be a shame. The best striker in the world ain't there. But you got Eriksen as well, who's in good form. He's probably going to want to replicate that. Sisto, I remember a couple of years ago, the under-21s championship, he done his bits, and then he was at Midtjylland and at Celta Vigo. He's a decent player, but he's probably not gone the way everybody expected him to be. There's scope for him to get a decent move. Peru got some decent players, as do Australia. France, we're keen to see Dembele, Lamar, Mbappe, Tolisso, Varane. They're star-studded throughout the whole squad. Unfortunately, Koscielny's not there and Lacazette didn't get called up. So, yeah. You'd expect France to get through that group comfortably, and if I had to pick another one, Denmark, to be fair, but Peru isn't no small fry, and Australia could throw up some surprises. Group D is a very good one in my opinion, and one I'm having problems picking. Group D consists of Argentina, Iceland, Croatia, and Nigeria. Again, what the World Cup for me is all about. 4 different nations, 4 very different ways of playing football. You've got the Argentinians, you've got how they like to play. You've got what happened in the last World Cup to them, and it was unfortunate. On top of that, you've got Messi, who's got, I can't imagine why, but there's still some critics of Messi, definitely at international football. You've got Iceland, who knocked out England and gained a lot of plaudits at the European Championship. So you'd like to think the other 3 nations don't make that same mistake in underrating them. Croatia, Modric, Kovacic, I can't even say his name. Modric, Kovacic, sorry. Who else is there? Korkic, who I believe has actually been on the ball for a minute now, and he's got to move to Roma. There's a lot of good little players. There's the Inter Milan midfielder as well. There's a good little amount of players for Croatia as well. Good footballing nation. Nigeria, it will be. And they've done very well to qualify. They look strong in qualifying. Hopefully Nwake goes there as well. But 4 very different diverse cultures, different diverse ways of playing football. I'm keen to see Group D, man. Argentina and Nigeria, I'm sure FIFA are match fixing because it seems like every World Cup they're together. Iceland shouldn't be underrated, but I don't think they go through. Croatia, Nigeria, and Iceland. You know what? I think Argentina go through, but them 3 nations, I don't know who grabs second. And yeah, man. So that's them 4 groups done. What other groups we got? We got 4 others, I believe. Yeah, we got 4 others. So let's crack on. Group E, my guys, Brazil, Switzerland. Is that Costa Rica? I'm going to assume that's Costa Rica, Joel Campbell, and Serbia. Now, you've seen, I don't know if Serbia will bring their young talents, but definitely at under 20 level and under 19s level, Serbia got some good players coming through. Very good players. Even my man that plays for Benfica, there's a good amount of players for Serbia, and there's a scope for them to secure moves to bigger clubs. So they shouldn't be underrated. Switzerland, obviously, Xhaka's there, so I'm going to be rooting for them. And Liechtenstein, if he does sign for the club, they shouldn't be underestimated. Costa Rica, Joel Campbell. You never know what could happen. Brazil, I expect you to walk this group, and if you don't walk this group, I ain't playing. Brazil, similar to, what was the other group I said? I believe it was Uruguay. A bit of a similar group. I do expect Brazil to go through. As for second, pardon me, Serbia versus Switzerland could be good. Costa Rica, you can't underestimate anyone because nobody's at this World Cup apart from Russia because they're the host nation. Nobody's here on merit. Everybody's here because they did dirt and qualified at the end of the day. Group F is Germany. Germany, Mexico, Sweden, Korea. Korea got some good, hard-working players and players similar to a couple of nations I said. Players that could secure moves to better clubs. Sweden, no Zlatan, they managed to qualify, so you have to respect them. They've got some decent little players, especially the left back. Mexico, Lozano, etc. I don't expect them to go far in the World Cup, but they're always there for a reason. Germany, the reigning holders, you expect them to go through. Mesut Ozil's there, so we'll be supporting the team. Another one that I'm having problems working out. Group F, I'd say Germany go through, but then I'm going to back Korea, you know. I'm going to back Korea versus Sweden and Mexico because I just believe if I look at all 3 of them nations, Korea play like a real team. Like, they might be lesser names, but they work very hard and their technical aspect is underrated. I could be wrong. All 3 nations could go through, but Germany first. That's Group F. Group G falls up, pardon me if I've said G already. Belgium, Panama, Tunisia and England. Now, a couple of Spurs players are going to be playing against each other in the ones that play for England and Belgium. Panama, you'd expect Panama to go out, but England need to not disrespect anyone because the last time you disrespect the nation and looked beyond them, Iceland ducked you out of the competition. Tunisia, another game that they should be winning, but you have to respect all of them. Belgium and England should go through, in my opinion, but what should happen, what actually happens in football is completely different. Group H is Poland, Senegal, Colombia, Japan. Another good group that typifies the World Cup, in my opinion. 4 different nations. Senegal, I know the hype is about Nigeria and stuff, but Senegal got a good little bunch of players. Mane, Keita Balde, who else is there? Mangala Sarr. There's a good little bunch of players for Senegal. So they shouldn't be taken lightly. Poland, Lewandowski, you got to take them seriously. Colombia, James Rodriguez, Cuadrado, Falcao, they've got, provided these guys are still playing for the nations, they've got quality. Japan, like Korea, some hard workers, and they're very good technically, so you can't underestimate anyone. I'm saying Senegal and Colombia to go through in that one as well, but Poland might say something. So yeah, man, out of all of them, I'm looking forward to Group E, obviously, because Brazil's there. Group H, decent little group. Group D, the Argentina's group, very decent. Group B of Spain and Portugal, I'm looking forward to that as well, people. And I must admit, the times because it's all different regions in Russia, the times are a bit weird, man. You got some games kicking off, this is all English time, kicking off at 1, some kicking off at 3, 7. I'm so sure I saw one that said 11. I'm so sure that said 11 a.m. I could be wrong with that. Yeah, I was right. You got Russia versus, France versus Australia, Saturday at 11. And on the 16th, the next week, you've got Argentina versus Iceland at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Friday at 1 o'clock, you've got Egypt versus Uruguay. So a lot of us are going to be working and things like that. But I'm keen to see what happens. I'm keen to see who gets moves. I'm keen to see who enhances their rep. You know, you see a lot of players that are never seen at club football, and they do a madness at international level. I'm keen to see a lot of things. Wonder kids, things like that. One guy I have my eyes on is Timo Werner. I do believe with Kroosar, with Muller previously scoring bare goals in the World Cup, it's his time to shine now. Obviously, him and Mbappe are probably, Dembele to a degree as well, the ones I'm specifically looking at this World Cup. I did have a couple others, but they've all escaped me off the top of my head. This is probably why I should use notes and rather than do it off the top of my head on every occasion. But guys, I hope I've given you guys some decent content. And on that note, guys, Deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.